Today I would like to talk about Bishop Thomas Daly's comments at the USCCB meeting. Now, he made some really strong statements, and I just want to highlight those a little bit. This was at the 2021 June USCCB meeting. He questioned the dialogue. He says, is all this discussion for dialogue just meant to delay the document on the Eucharist? He said, we can't have unity if we are not rooted in truth. And then finally, he made a statement here, and I'm going to read this. He says, our integrity is at stake. Our credibility has suffered because of the McCarrick report. It left certain things out. The money, where it went, who received it, who owes their current position in the church to his influence. So this is a really powerful statement, because this is something that I have referred to, and a lot of people have forgotten the McCarrick report. They just said, well, the Vatican, they did what they did, and they left out some key information, but nothing we can do about it. Well, Bishop Daly brought this back up right here at the USCCB meeting, and, the money, where it went, who received it, who owes their current position in the church to his influence. Well, Archbishop Vigano had an answer for that. He said it was, among others, Cardinal Cupich, Tobin, Worrell, Bishop McElroy. And we're going to focus on Cardinal Cupich because Bishop Daly is from Spokane, Washington. He's a bishop of that diocese, and that was the diocese of Cardinal Cupich before he was promoted to the Archdiocese of Chicago. Now, in Spokane, Cardinal Cupich forbid his priests to say the rosary outside of abortion clinics for 40 days for life. So I'm sure the priests are happy to have Bishop Daly as their bishop as opposed to Cardinal Cupich. But this leads to the question, does Bishop Daly have dirt on Cardinal Cupich being in his former diocese? And I think that, I don't know. I mean, it's really up in the air as to what he knows, but he certainly seems to be on Cupich's case. I remember just a few years ago, in the 2018 USCCB meeting, I have some video clips. Cardinal Cupich talks about consensual activity between consenting adults, as opposed to differentiating that between abuse of minors or adults. And he said at the USCCB meeting, he said, we need to make that differentiation. And Bishop Daly spoke at that meeting after that, and he didn't call out Cupich by name, but he said, we're talking about consenting actions between adults. Maybe the people who suggest that we differentiate that, maybe they are themselves compromised. And so he's made some really strong statements without mentioning Cardinal Cupich, but I think he is on to Cardinal Cupich's case. Whether or not he has dirt on Cardinal Cupich, he's fully aware that Cardinal Cupich is completely compromised. He's completely corrupt. And it's really refreshing to see a bishop speak like this. Now, I know that a lot of bishops, they're mostly concerned with what goes on in their own dioceses, and for good bishops like Bishop Daly, I think it's fair to say that they probably don't put a lot of effort or care into what goes on at the USCCB because they can have their strongest impact at their own diocese, and that's the case for most bishops. I mean, you have the impact. You can determine who becomes a priest, who you ordain. You can reject priests from the priesthood for whatever reason you want, whether or not that's a good thing or a bad thing. But the good bishops, it could be a good thing because maybe they're rejecting people who they say this person is totally not in it for the priesthood. They're in it for other things. So I understand that Bishop Daly would not necessarily care about making strong statements publicly all the time, but when it comes to the USCCB meeting and he speaks, you got to listen because he's got really strong things to say, as what's the case in at the USCCB meeting previously. So that's all I have to say for Bishop Daly. Does he have dirt on Cardinal Cupich? I don't know, but he certainly seems to be on Cardinal Cupich's case. He certainly seems to be very skeptical of what Cardinal Cupich is promoting, which is nothing Catholic. And so Bishop Daly is certainly one to keep track of, one to follow, and he's certainly one of the bishops that we would label as the good bishops. So that's all I have to say on that. Thank you so much for watching. We are the laity, and we will not be silent.